Guys Live. My name is Rochelle, and this is the Rochelle is Canadian channel. How is everyone doing this evening? The time is 11:54 Eastern Standard Time, and I thought, why don't we do a live for the heck of it? So those who don't know me, my name is Rochelle. This is the Rochelle's Canadian channel. Warashe, Konnichiwa, arigato gomasu, and I hope everyone's having a good evening. Was taking a little break, and I thought, I've been sort of toying with giving you guys a midnight live, and I thought, why the heck not, right? So I thought, here we go. Hope you guys can hear me all right. And yeah, so I thought, why not? Why not? So I'm watching what's going on YouTube, and I've been in a few people's chats in the women's community, and Christmas is over and the claws come out. Wow, wow, wow. It's amazing. It's post after post after post after post after post. People are putting out with each other, and it's wow, wow, wow. I've never seen it before, but it's interesting the paranoia and the anger that's going on right now. I have never seen it this ferocious before. Never, 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 never. I don't know if it's something in the water or aliens or whatever, but people are pissed, and they got their claws out, and they got their maces out, and I'm talking about the weapon, not the stuff you put in your purse. Just amazing. Just whew. So. I mean, that's fine. If that's what makes you happy, you go for it, girlie. You say what you want. Yeah, I'm one of the few people on the internet that actually do go into other people's chat rooms and want to hear what they have to say. I really do. I actually, people, you know, don't want to hear, they're on team this and team that, and they're like, I'm not going to her chat room. I don't like her. I actually want to know what people have to say. Because everyone has an opinion, everyone has their own experiences, everyone has their own, what went down. But shit, it is a holy war. Literally, people are going to the holy country and dying on that hill, on any hill. They're dying on an anthill, they're dying on a mountain. They don't give a shit. They are literally building a wall. And even if it's got a gap in that, they don't give a shit. They don't care. They are dying for what they believe. It's getting ferocious out there. And I don't know what to think about, other than people were saying things that I never thought or saw before on YouTube. Now, when I first started watching YouTube, it was like 2014. This channel is like from 2015. I've moderated for a lot of different chats, like everything from like paranormal to cooking to scientific lectures to you name it. And I've watched my share of drama for my own personal entertainment, but yeah, everyone's got their own history, their own back history with other people going back 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever years. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. And I'll find myself sitting back and thinking, why didn't even tell me that? But, people hide their skeletons in their closets, even still. People are still pulling videos out of their coffers, out of their archives, and saying, did you see this? And they're like, no. And they've been here longer than I have. People hide their face, like they hide their secrets. People hide their face, like they hide their personal information, which I'm doing right now because I'm being naughty and Daddy YouTube don't like it if you have a cigarette. You can't show that. But I'm showing my face. I don't hide. But a lot of people hide. They still hide their face like they hide their secrets. And, you know, it's sort of like, let me take a selfie, you know, or they create their own narratives to fit their own, you know, the life they want to show, the set they have created, the movie set, the text. And everyone knows now with AI, you can create any text you want, any conversations you want to create. You know, you can create anything you want. Hey, Dragon, how you doing, sweetheart? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, people, you know, they're like, oh yeah, I, I have a boyfriend. I know this star. I've been talking to this person for 17,000 years. But you can just go onto Play Store and find an app, an AI app, and create any text you want. But we all know, since we've all been texting each other for, well, decades, because I've had a cell phone forever. At the end, you know, when you text someone, whether you have an Apple device or a Samsung device or whatever, oh, thank you, gorgeous. I appreciate that. But, you know, you can, you know, when you text someone and you don't know if they've seen the message yet, but by the time they get to you, you can see if they've read the message or if they've seen the message, right? Oh, thank you, darling. But, you know, if you want to create your own text messages between you and yada, 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 if you've written those messages to yourself, the only part that's seen is at the end of the conversation. You can have 60,000 texts, but if you're writing to yourself, the only message that's seen is the last one. Because you send all those messages to another device, and then after you've read them all, the last message that's seen is the last one. Because all those messages, whether they're on one side of the screen or the other, are all messages from you to yourself. So the only messages that's read is the last one. Please. That's how text messages work. Because if you're writing to someone else, then the message you write to them is seen, not the last one. The first one. Seen, 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 seen. And then you have a time when they saw it. You can't recreate that because when you write imaginary text to somebody, when the AI creates those text messages for you, the only thing, when you send them to yourself to prove that they quote unquote exist, or a person quote, you know, you can create any name at the top of the screen to create a person, but the only message that's technically read when you send it to yourself to prove its existence is the last one. That's right. Hit that fucking like button and tell the algorithm goddess I'm still worthy of your love. Right? I don't know why people continue to create text messages to prove the validity of someone, because the technology speaks for itself. It really does. Like, this isn't my first rodeo. Right? If anyone has any knowledge of any technology whatsoever, and please, bitch, please, because no matter what you do, you can chop up snippy any text message you want. You can take it out of context all you want, but real or, seen, not seen. But when you create a narrative from a variety of text messages that were written to you, or you want to create a conversation that never existed, but you write it to yourself, the last message read is because you read your own creation. Just saying. You can insist that, oh no, you can't create messages. You go on the Play Store, you can create anything from your own AI videos, which is stressed out the movie industry to the point that some actors are not even needed anymore. You can create YouTube videos, you can create messages, texts, movies. You can put yourself in anything you want. So you think you can't create text messages and insist upon it? I don't think so. Technology is real scary. Hey, Beck, how you doing? I had a lovely Christmas. I hope you had a lovely one too. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So, YouTube for me right now is really messed up. My eye in the sky is weird. I'll finish with a view count, and then it will take 3 days for that view count to catch up. It is weird. My managing mod still cannot comment on my shorts. It is weird. It's weird. That's okay. My in the sky is wrong. My view counts are messed. It takes several days for my analytics to catch up to themselves. Like they'll send me analytics, then send it to me again, and then on the fourth day, like a partridge in a pear tree. Well, it's just it's messy. I don't know why. And it takes them several days to convert the money from my donations properly. They're like, "Oh, you got this." I'm like, "No, no." But I'm patient. I'm patient. After a week, they figure it out. So I'm like, okay, I'm fine. So I literally have to do it myself. So the final total at the end of my month is correct. I have to do my own math. Yeah, that's okay. I'm used to it by now. But to all the creators out there, you need to do the math yourself. Figure out your own analytics. Be very good at math. Be able to do statistics to make sure that your stats are correct. So, love that for me. But other than that, I'm fine. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So I thought I'd just come on here briefly, just to let you know that I haven't fallen down a great big pit of despair. I'm fine. But I do need a break. I mean, everybody does. But I'm was literally burning the candle at both ends, and it gets to be a lot. So I need to readjust my schedule. I need to fix it for the new year, because what I was doing was just not a good idea. Because I kept getting sick. Because my time schedule was just like, so I do need to adjust myself to work with my life schedule and my YouTube schedule. So I will be figuring that out to make sure that everyone gets the live streams that they like and the times that they like. So I will be doing a poll to see what time people like. So you guys will be happy. And I'll make sure that everyone gets the times that they like, and I'll work around that. So everyone will be happy, and no one will freak the fuck out. And I'll just figure it out. I'll just figure it out. So that's just a little bit of housekeeping for everyone. think that's fair. Also, I think that I don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess since I've hit YouTube as creator, I have sort of been on my own sort of island. I have my own opinions. I try to be fair to everyone. Hey, Annie, how you doing, gorgeous? Welcome. I do try to be fair to everyone, and I don't like to. I'm not the kind of person who goes on like picks up one creator's what's the word, like gauntlet and raise the flag and stand in front of the army and sacrifice myself for a cause. I don't do that. I don't do that. I do try and walk in everybody's shoes, and I find that what's going on right now. You can't hear me? Okay, let me go out and fix myself then. Let's see if we can fix this shit. How do I sound? Have YouTube wants to know if I have a junk drawer. I have several. How do I sound, darling? Yeah, I don't. A lot of people support one channel and it's a ride or die, but I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit. I don't know. How do I sound? How do I sound? How does it feel to treat me like you do? Let's see if they've improved their lenses. I don't know. I don't know why you can't hear me. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I was just thinking, play with this. So I was just thinking, why don't, I'm not going to pick up someone's cause and make it my own. Um, I just sort of do what I want. I have my own opinions, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's all. That's basically it. Yeah. See if I can fix this shit. I don't know. I don't know how I sound. It's late, and I'm beyond caring. Beyond caring. Anyway. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's not a big deal. I hope everyone can hear me all right. Yeah. I'm not really sure. It's not a big deal. For those who just joined me, hi, my name is Rochelle. This is the Rochelle's Canadian channel. And hi, how you doing? Hi. Hi, Paula. How do I sound? Is it all right? Who knows? Love you more, gorgeous. I remember I saw you live and all I heard was this Hank Hill voice. I was like, is this for real? Good night, honey. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Anyway. Um yeah, I just there's just a lot of anger going on. online, and people are making it into a holy war. And I think I'm going to say this, and it might not be a popular opinion right now, but um, there's only one thing that I find just a little bit distasteful. A little bit. Jen likes to be the center of attention. She feeds on it like manna and water. I am not making any light or discussion I'm not discussing anything or anybody or what's going on or picking out any kind of cause or discussion at all. However, what's going on right now, in my opinion about what's going on right now, is purely my opinion. And that is all. And it might not be very popular, and I'm not here pointing any fingers, and I'm not here tearing anyone down. And that is not my intention. So if anyone thinks it's my intention, please do not think that, because I am not doing this or saying this to be cruel at all. Not at all. And I would like it to be taken with a grain of salt. Pure and simple. Pure and simple. And I'm not saying it to be mean at all. So if anyone thinks I'm saying it to be mean, please don't, because it is simply my opinion. And I just want everyone just to focus in and take a deep breath. And please do not take this the wrong way, because it's not my intention at all. Because the reason why I'm saying this and not focusing in on anything specific being said or what's going on or any kind of nitpicking or specific topic at all is because this has nothing to do with it. Not at all. And this is not dogpiling, and this is not pointing fingers, and this is not to be a dick at all. But Jen loves attention. And this is probably the most attention I have ever seen her get, negative or positive, because she's receiving both negative in mass quantities and positive in mass quantities. It's gone way beyond people being protective of her, which I saw and was part of at one time. And it's gone way beyond her moderators coming around her to protect her. It has become a fortress of one opinion or another. It has literally become like an election, like vote yes or vote no. There is no in between decisions. You are either one yay or nay. It is, and they are so vast. It is so different. It is, you are either empathetic or you are an incredible, like you were just the dark side of the force, the light side of the force. No, myself. I mean, I always used to make jokes. I still make jokes that I'm part of the dark side of the force. You're ruining it for me. Um, but I find that it's it's like you cannot be in the middle. And I feel that I'm really honestly in the middle here, in my opinion, because I'm seeing behavior that, in my opinion, if any creator displayed, myself, I like literally, if any creator in the women's community said any of these things, anybody would be dragged, would be criticized, would be put in their place, would say, get over yourself. Because I find myself sometimes going, oh my goodness, what is happening here? Why is such bad behavior being allowed? Because sometimes it's not even what someone is specifically saying. It's not even what is happening or being reactive. What I'm hearing, what I'm seeing is vast amounts of I'm better than everyone else, and everyone else can go fuck themselves. I'm better than, like, everyone else is nobody, and I am everything, and everyone else can go fuck themselves. And I can act like a dick to people, and it's okay. And when I get negative attention for it, people are being a dick to me, not speaking about myself. There is a fine line be, by being confident and being self assured and carrying yourself with some decorum and not allowing other people to stomp on you. There is another line that is a couple steps to acting like a jerk and just walking on people for the sake of, like, I'm better than you, Nana. And I am seeing this, and it's making me cringe because there you can stand up for yourself. Warranted. You can. It's allowed. People are allowed to be confident and not allow others to tear them down. I agree. However, what I'm seeing a lot of, what I'm seeing a lot of is when, like, you know, going for people's looks, which is immature and low hanging fruit. And I hate to break it to everyone, but we're not 19 anymore. And your bodies change and you get older, and you're not going to be a Victoria's Secret model. I hate to break it to you, myself included. Women criticizing and being nasty to each other about each other's looks is not attractive, you know? And I'm seeing a lot of it. Now, tearing each other down to rise yourself up is a bad look. I don't agree with it. But people do it. And it's like it's a knee-jerk reaction. I get it. But to do it constantly, 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 and then act like I'm better than you is like yikes. But I saw Jen on Deadly's panel acting like she was like some kind of like 10 million like subscriber channel and everyone else could just eat shit and die. Was it made me feel sick. It made me feel sick. Like, you want someone to do better. You want someone to not have others spreading nasty rumors about them. You want someone to be successful, you know? Because when I used to moderate for smaller channels, you want them to do well. You're there out of the kindness of your heart to lift them up. You're there as a friend. You're there because you care. You want to support a creator. Subscribers, moderators, friends, people who stop on in who want to subscribe come into a channel and they see a creator and they like what they do. They like their attitude. They find them funny. They find them entertaining. They like what they're showing. It doesn't matter what kind of channel they are. You see someone who's a small creator and they become bigger because of how they carry themselves. That is normal. Am I right? That is normal. That is like how a creator naturally accrues a larger subscriber count. But myself, I am a small creator. I don't have a check mark. I'm not a big deal. I don't carry myself like I'm king shit of King Shit Mountain. I'm not. I'm not gonna brag. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I made all this money. I'm not gonna act like I am some kind of fortress of like, like I am everything. I'm not. And I'm not gonna pretend to be. But when people are learning from others how to be aggressive and nasty and treat others like shit and say, "Oh, well, you're just a subscriber." Hi, Tony. That's okay, honey. You just chill out. I didn't tell anyone I was going on. I've been just watching something and I like, I'm not, there's other channels who have like hundreds of people in their chat right now and I'm nothing and that's okay. And I'm still trying to figure out my analytics. And I got into trouble with a short. So I'm a naughty girl. But um, you know, I just don't understand why Jen is acting like she's better than everyone. And then puts on like 1 minute she's a big bad Jen, and then the next second she's going into other people's panels and acting like she's like like this new OG thing and like saying, "Oh, well, you're new. You're not important." Because when people come into your chats and they're new, that's how you grow. That's how your channel grows. That's how you become a larger channel. And the truth of the matter is, until we hit like 100,000 subscribers, we're small potatoes. And even at 100,000, we're still small potatoes. Um, like, I think the benchmark to even starting to be important, I think, is 1 million. 1 million. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. And what I'm not is a big deal. I mean, I'm here to entertain you, but I'm here to, I'm here to have fun. And I want to make sure you guys have fun. But I also want to make sure that my channel is a safe space for everyone. Everyone here is welcome from everyone's channel. I'm not a pick and choose girl. I want everyone to be able to feel comfortable to come into my channel and talk. As long as you behave yourself and you're nice to each other, everyone is welcome here. Because, in my opinion, everyone should feel comfortable with each other in the women's community. I think everyone should be decent to each other. Yeah, it's an idealist opinion. And my Canadian is crawling into it. Like, my Canadian strikes again. Pardon me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. But I think that terms and service are there so everyone feels welcome, that there is no hate, and everyone feels comfortable sharing their opinion and being comfortable with each other. We should all be able to get along with each other. This is an 18 plus channel. but not because I'm gonna be scandalous, yikes, but because I want adults to have conversations and be able to express their opinions without being dicks to each other. The only rule on my channel is please don't be a dick. I don't think that's asking too much. It really isn't. Like asking people to please not dox each other. Please don't be an asshole to each other. Please don't be a racist, bigot, homophobic asshole. Don't be a misogynistic creep. I don't think that's asking a lot. I know, Tony. I'm so sorry, honey. It'll get easier, darling. I know it doesn't make sense right now, but it does take time. I think the first year after my father died was probably the hardest ever. And still, sometimes I see something on TV that I think my father would like, and I think, oh, I'm going to call my dad. And I realize he's gone, and it's been 10 years. So, yeah, I understand. I love you, Tony. You're a good guy. You're a good friend, but it does get easier. But, yeah, I just, my, my point, I guess, is I dance around it because it makes me feel uncomfortable. I guess that's the real problem. I'm uncomfortable because I don't know what to do with my feelings because it does make me feel, I guess, some type of way, as the kids say. I mean, I don't have like Fifi issues. I'm not going to crash out over it. It doesn't change the fact that Jen still has me blocked and I can't see her chat in other people's chats. And I probably am still blocked in her channel. But I I wish, I sincerely wish, as a creator, as I watch her, I always wonder to myself, sincerely, I always wonder to myself, am I one of those insignificant little pieces of dust that she just like mentally brushes off her shoulder? Am I no better than a subscriber? Because I'm not in her mind the original OG. Because there are so many channels on YouTube across this entire world. I mean, one of the biggest channels on YouTube is Coco Melon for children, is Mr. Beast, is Jacksepticeye, who have millions, tens of millions of subscribers, who, there are channels that I enjoy, who I find really funny. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to watch a channel that makes me laugh. I'm going to watch a channel that makes me think. I'm going to watch someone who doesn't make me feel yucky. Because YouTube is meant to distract us when life gets heavy. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a little bit of drama here and there. But when creators who we're supposed to, that some creators right now, who I like, creators who I like, that I like to go into their chats, and there are creators who are for Jen and who are against Jen, who I both like. Who I like them. I like to visit them. I like to go visit them. I like who's in their chat. Um, I think they're nice. They're nice to me, and I'm nice to them because personally, I got nothing wrong. I don't have a problem with them at all. They haven't done anything to me. I have no reason to fight with them because honestly, I don't go to battle with people over something I consider not worth it. And I'm going to be honest with you. this thing with Jen, it's not worth it because I'm not going to take out anything on any creator who simply has an opinion. And guess what? They're entitled to it. They're allowed to have their feelings about something. Abso-fucking-lutely. Just like I am. And you know what? We don't even have to agree about it. But I can still like them because they can still be nice to me and I can still be nice to them and I can still think they're a good person. And you know what? Sometimes I agree with them. And maybe they may not agree with me right now, but I don't have a problem with them. Not at all. And sometimes, which I'm actually finding right now, is I find that the creators who are for and against sometimes both have good points because sometimes their feelings on a situation and how they feel about a situation and how they feel they've been treated about a situation are valid because we are all entitled to our feelings. We all are entitled to our feelings. And I'm going to be honest with you. If someone was calling me names about my appearance, I wouldn't like it. It wouldn't exactly make me feel ingratiated towards them. It wouldn't make me go, "Oh, wow, you're calling me names about my appearance, which I might not be able to help? I can't help my face, honey." And if I'm like, I can't help that I'm tall, short, fat, thin, gray, red, brown. I can't help if my nose is big, small, upturned. I can't help if my lips are fat, thin, small, large. I can't help how tall I am, how short I am. I can't help my voice. I can't help the way I walk, talk. No one can help that stuff. That is all genetic. That is all genetic. It is. It is. The way you look is genetic. The way you age is genetic. It really is. And making fun of that kind of seems pointless to me. I love you too, Tony. You are an excellent friend. And I've been friends with you for, wow, a few years. I think you're great. And then you know what? I've met some really nice people online. And I've made some really good friends that have turned into real life friends. And you know what? I'm grateful. And I've learned some pretty hard lessons online over the years, not just meeting you guys, before you guys, and after, and during. And we've all met people online who have betrayed us and treated us like shit. And well, I consider that a learning moment, especially, well, in my case, I was like, well, learned my lesson. I consider that what I call a dumb bitch moment. I was a dumb bitch, and I'm not like worse for wear. My world is not going to come crashing down around me. Some lessons are harder than others, but what I try to do, what I try to do is tell you guys about it so you can learn from my experience. I don't do it to slander anybody. If I make a mistake and I don't have to like I mean, if you actually watch me do it in 5K, um, yeah, um, and I don't have to do anything mean to someone about it, um, and take myself for a drag, you bet I'll do it. You bet I will take myself for a drag. I will read the room and turn it inside, like turn it on myself, because sometimes things will happen to me here that I wish I knew myself 1, 2, 3, 5 years ago. Um, and I would have done it differently. Absolutely. And I wish I knew it then, now, 2 years ago. Because if I did, I wouldn't have done it. I know. I know. I used to talk to my dad like 3 times a day. I get it, honey. I get it. My dad was like my bestie. I get it, baby. It's okay. If you want me to call you long distance, I will. I have no problem with that, honey. I know. I know, Tony. Don't worry, I'll be going back into my normal. I don't mind talking to you for hours online. Doesn't matter to me. Everyone else can watch. I don't mind. I'm not really about clicks and views. You know that. Never really been that way. I rather just have a good time. But I just wish people would realize that it's okay to support someone. It's okay to support Jen. I get it. I understand. I understand the for and against positions. I really, really, really do. And I understand supporting a friend and I understand how you feel because I do. And I've been in your shoes, not just with Jen, but with other friends. I get that shit. I understand it. And I feel the same way. And I understand your feelings. I do. Okay. But what I think I'm trying to say is people are nitpicking specific issues to stand on, which is fine. However, what I think is an issue that I would like to bring up is if you're her friend, if you care, and I can't talk to her myself because I'm blocked and I can't see her chat, so I can't talk to her. And I wish I could because I can't. And I couldn't get into Amzi's stream, and I wanted to ask her about it and not be. I mean, I wanted to talk to her so bad, and say, sweetheart, please, please stop doing that because it doesn't look nice. You can do better. Like it looks really. I don't know why you're doing it, and talk to your hubby about it. Um, talk to one of your mates about it. Talk about it. Talk to someone you trust about it. Talk to your therapist about it. I don't know. Talk to anyone about it and figure out because I find that like when I talk to my friends about stuff, like why I'm doing something, and I'm not sure why I'm doing it. After I talk with my friends for a while, I figure out why I'm doing it. Because sometimes stuff is like obvious to others, but not obvious to me. Like, I'm not a therapist. I'm not even close. But your friends know what's going on with you guys, like with you right now. And I always talk with my man about it, and he knows me better than anyone. And after I remember when I was mourning my father in the first 3 months, I started to go through like the stage of anger, but I was going through it too long. And I was mad at the wrong person. And he sat me down. He goes, this is not you, Rochelle. And we talked about it for a couple hours. And after talking with him for a bit, um, I never was angry again. about my dad dying or what happened. And I realized what actually did happen was my mother was angry and she called me up and she'd take it out on me. And then I'd pick it up where she left off. And it was like, like giving it to me. And I was so emotional. I don't know why I picked it up, but I did. It was very weird. But when you have like a close family, it's like, when someone like hurts someone's feelings, like you feel like hurt for them. And that's why I'm saying like talk to your friends. Figure out why you're feeling this way. Why you need to tell people that you're better than everyone else. Why you're giving the impression that other channels wouldn't, like you're saying that other channels wouldn't be monetized without you or whatever. I don't know, but you have to you have to have a variety of different videos and shorts and whatever. And you have to have thousands of hours and subscribers and all sorts of stuff to be monetized, but you also have to maintain and have an audience to earn money. And discussing money and monetization of other channels. No, I mean, my grandmother simply would have said, "That's not ladylike, dear. That's not very nice." If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Good night, Tony. Love you so much. We'll talk soon. You'll be all right. Thinking of you. But everyone does their own thing on their channel, and I mean, I'm new as a creator to YouTube, and I don't do what everyone else does. I think that's fair. The tone of my live streams are a lot different than everyone else's. And I think it's fair to say that like my shorts, my lives, my videos are very different than everyone else's. I think watching what everyone else does, like Brooke and you and Amzy and Sophie and everyone else, I'm gonna be honest. You guys all do different shit. You guys all do different shit. You all have your own flavor. You all do lives differently. The way you discuss stuff is completely different. The way you talk to your audience is different. The way you talk to your chat is different. You are all completely different. So when people go into everyone else's chat, they're looking for something different from that creator because everyone is different, because we are all different. And I think the reason, like, we all don't have the same amount of subscribers. We all don't have precisely, like, we don't have exactly the same type of shorts or videos or live streams because we're all different. And our audiences are coming into our chats for something completely different. That's what Monty Python says. We're all here for something completely different. I mean, I'm completely different than everyone else is, just like everyone else is completely different from me. Because we all want something else. And everyone who visits us wants something else. And that's why they show up. That's what they're in their mood for. People listen to me when they're doing something else. When they're cleaning, when they're working, when they're driving, when they're trying to relax. I'm something completely different. When I'm in a mood and I'm having fun and laughing, I get a different crowd. But when I'm talking like this, I get a different audience. And that's fine. I'm fine. I will never have 150 fucking people in my chat. Never, never, never. Because I'm not that kind of channel. I'm the kind of channel where people come and pop in when they want to chill out, when they want to hear something. Um, However, if I got something like that I want to share that's got a bit of bite to it, people show up. But most of the time, I'm just here to share my opinion. I mean, I could make a scandalous title, but I'm a lady. I'm fine with that. And I don't feel like being rude about it. I don't feel like being mean because I'm not here to be mean. I'm not here to be mean at all because I consider myself like Switzerland. I don't have a side because I see what everyone has to say. I feel that everyone's opinion is valid because everyone has a different position regarding a specific situation at a specific like time that one thing happened in another. Everyone's entitled to their feelings. And this whole situation regarding Jen is multifaceted. Big time. It's all multifaceted. But what I'm seeing right now, to be honest, is Jen really enjoying the attention. But what I'm seeing right now specifically is her getting the most attention, negative and positive, that I've ever seen her get, ever, from more communities and more channels than I've ever seen. And I've seen her being discussed on channels all over. But, this is a big but, her butt is so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. And let me take a selfie because this is my opinion. This new attitude that she's better than everyone else and she's spreading the word. Like she'll go on Deadly and act like she's better than anyone else. And then she'll go and approach the settlement and Vips and act like a good little girl. And then if anyone approaches her that she doesn't like, she will literally put her hands over her ears and go, la, 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 I can't hear you. I've only seen someone do that in the movies. For real. I have only seen someone literally cover their ears and go, la, 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 I can't hear you in a movie from the 80s. I've never seen anyone do that in real life. Uh, you can't act tough 1 minute, sweet and sad the next, but go on a channel that we're all familiar with and act like you're better than ever. I don't understand what's going on. I'm trying so hard. I want to understand. I don't. But the primary concern I have, the primary concern that I'm addressing, because everything else that's around that others are bringing up is just window dressing. What I'm discussing, what my concerns are, is acting like everyone else doesn't matter and we're all nothing. And I don't understand because I want to know why, like, am I in that crowd that me and my channel is shit and nothing and I am not worth anything? I want to know if I'm on that list according to Jan, that I'm no one, that I'm a piece of shit. And since I'm not an original OG, and since I'm new, am I also irrelevant? And is she better than me? Because, frankly, And I'm going to be intensely frank with everyone out there and the internet. I have never seen any, like, she is increasing in quote unquote subscribers, and she's very intense about views and stuff. But I've watched other channels have her, feature her, and discuss, like exhibit her lives. And still, one of my main concerns to her when I was a moderator for her was the kind of individuals who are coming into her verticals. They're full of kids. These are people don't like, I don't discuss my mom. Like, my mom doesn't do that. My mother doesn't live with me and hasn't for like almost 30 years. No, 30 years. 30 years. I think that's fair. 30 years. Um, and it just blows my wheels. I mean, she's got kids in her chat because, like I said, I've been a moderator a long time, and young people ask specific questions, have context of their questions that adults never do. And yeah, and also the way young people troll is a lot different than adults. I'm sorry, but like I said before, young people will go into any chat they are permitted in mass quantities. Mass quantities. And yeah, because, buying bots and views is not that expensive. It isn't. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I just sat and swept my floor, I don't think people would come and watch me. I really don't. I don't see how that. I mean, but sitting there, not sitting like a lady, I could see why that would be interesting to creepy young people. And then declaring, I'm going to sit any way I want. I'm going to be honest. If I sat that way as someone, like, ever, I think my grandmother would have cuffed me. For real. Because that don't fly in an Eastern European household. Absolutely not. I would never, ever, 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 ever. I would have died. I would have died as a child. Um, yeah. Because I don't know about anyone else, but modesty is a big deal. At least in my household, it was. Uh, I can't. I wouldn't sit like that ever. Even if I was wearing like a tent, I would not wear. I would never sit like that, especially online. Um, I I'm sorry. It just blows my wheels. It does not compute. Hi, Rod. How are you? It was great. How was your Christmas? I hope you had a nice one. I just don't understand what's going on. I'm not trying to be like, mm, I'm not coming down on her. It's just as a woman, as an older woman. I'm 51, but I was like, Matt, wow. I don't know what else to say. Just I just I don't understand. I mean, she says she was raised by her grandma. I don't know about anyone else, but my grandma taught me, like, how to crochet and sew and cook and how to be a good girl, and the last thing that would have flown in my grandmother's houses would sitting like that. Abso-fucking-lutely not. No way, no day. Just thinking of that, my grandma, like, ay, ya, ya. Oh God. Thank you, Ron. I'm 51 though, but I would never sit that way. I just, please God, please stop sitting that way. Please, Lord, please God, please don't sit that way. But I think is like attention-seeking behavior. I I just think the women's community should stop tearing each other down for things as simple as our appearance, because that's what misogynistic people do. I think the women's community should stop she should stop referring to women as females. We are not females, we are women. That's what misogynistic men call women. We are not females. It degrades us. We are not females. We are women. We are all women. If you're if you're a younger person, you're a young woman. You're a young lady, you know? Because people who do not respect women call women females, as if we do not even have the privilege to have our own mindset, our own individual thought, you know? Um, I don't think that's very polite. I think it's rude. I think it lowers us as individuals. I find that the women's community is very intelligent, very independent, and I know as a Gen Xer, um, and as someone who's had to work in a boys' club, I've had enough bullshit to have to deal with in my life, and to hear a woman who's in their late 40s allow a misogynistic channel to continue and refer to us as females is a little bit cringe. Actually, it's a lot of cringe. So it's it's degrading. It's degrading. So I mean, it's the kind of person who says that women shouldn't have the vote. So allowing a man and continuing to call other women females is it's just degradation, and it's the kind of thing why women were not paid and still are not paid in a lot of professions the same amount of men. So, why don't you just it's it's disgraceful. It's unappealing. It's cringeworthy. And this is why in YouTube has a lot of men, a lot more men online. And this is why you have people like Andrew Tate online, and they get away with it. So grow the fuck up and respect yourself, because no one's going to do it except you. And if you allow others to, you know, be disgusting, I don't feel bad for you. And I'm not, you can't come to someone like me and say they're being mean to me. You just fucking walk away and turn your back and treat them the way they treat you, which is don't give them any attention, because they don't deserve any. They deserve nothing. Absolutely nothing. because they're sad. And that's a culture that I have no time for because, like a lot of women in the women's community, they take care of themselves, their families, pay their own bills. And I always vowed to myself that I would never need a man to take care of business for me. I would always be able to earn my own money, no matter what happened in my life. And I was able to pull myself up after my divorce from my first husband. Hey, Carol, how you doing, gorgeous? Love you so much. I mean, Carol, you're an independent woman. You don't have to ask anybody for anything at any time. I mean, that's why our generation is different from our mothers. My mother had her own money, and my father adored my mother. But my grandmothers, they they worked and they had their own bank accounts and they had their own money. Both my grandmothers did. And I'll tell you something. My grandfathers never, ever talked that way to them. Ever. At all. This, yeah. I mean, I don't understand it. Yeah. I love you more, Tony. Yeah. Women are not, arm candy. They have a mind of their own. They have a heart of their own. They are not there to serve you. And if they love you, they are your life partner, your best friend, and they work with you. They don't work for you. Well, they make more money than the man in a relationship or situation. You know what? Um, when my husband had an accident when we first got together, he couldn't work for 5 months, and I was the one supporting our family. And guess what? You do what you got to do, man. You do. It doesn't matter. We're a team, and we're an unbeatable team, and no one's gonna tell me different. You know? I mean, you get sick, you can't work, doesn't matter. And I had a job before I met him. He knew what I did. And, yeah, you do what you gotta do. Love you, Tony, you're an angel. Yeah, you do what you gotta do, man. It's not a fucking competition when you're married. You're together. And, my dad sent my mother wanted to go to university to be a computer programmer when she was 40, and my dad was so proud. He's like, my wife's going to university, is so cool. And he used to make jokes. He's like, I want to be a house husband. I want to be a house husband. That's right, in sickness and health. You don't even think about it. It's just automatic. Yeah. I mean, you get injured, you get injured. It happens. And I was more worried, I mean, even if he couldn't go back to work again, it didn't matter. I mean, it was his business, but he loved working. And he was like, Like, what am I gonna do? I go, you do the best you can. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And we were able to send the boys to school. Because I remember he was worried we wouldn't have enough money to send both kids to university. And I said, don't worry about it. We'll have money. I go, we didn't go on vacations. So, like, we didn't like take the time off for vacation time. I worked through it. So the boys would have anything they needed for university. I didn't want them to go into debt like I did. It made me nervous. I just didn't want them to have that financial stress and have to pay off a loan like I did until I was like 32. Um, it was ridiculous. I wanted them to be able to do whatever they wanted. And yeah, it made me nervous. I know, honey. Tony, you take it easy, honey. Life is stressful. Don't make yourself worse. You're still on antibiotics. You should be in bed. Um, but I just didn't want anyone to have that kind of stress. It made me nervous. I couldn't. It was a big thing for Edmond too, because um, it just wasn't financially viable for him at all. Like, it just wasn't available for him at all. So I get it. I was like, I'm gonna open the window. I'll be right back. So pretty outside. All right. Anyway, I just think people should just realize we're all human. We all make mistakes. That's fair, you know. But I think everyone should just get a reality check and stop thinking everything is a competition, because I don't know what's going on right now, but this anger and shit is just not cool with me. I don't get it. I can't relate to it. Um, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it, and it's like, it's gross. I know that's not a very mature word, but yeah, it's gross. What's my opinion on a man being a host husband? From what I'm hearing, I think it's positive. I don't mind. I mean, sometimes my mother stayed home with me and my brother, but I don't think there's a problem with it. I mean, if your wife is able to, earn enough to support your family, I think that's fine. But unfortunately, nowadays there needs to be two incomes. But while your kids are small, I don't see why there's a problem. I don't think there's a problem with daddy staying home while the kids are little before they start school. I think it's cute. Um, I think it's nice for men to take a caregiver, attitude. I think it's nice. I mean, uh, they. I mean, uh, I didn't do that with my kids because our kids were adopted and they were not little. Um, but um, my brother took paternity leave, and he had a whole month off when his 2 kids were small, and it really did improve. Like, my brother really bonded with his little ones, and, I think it's great. I think, well, I remember my mother saying the reason why she stayed home with us is because the cost at that time, 'cause, childcare wasn't subsidied like it is now, and they worked out how much my mother would have earned at the time, and as we both know, women's income was not equal to men's in the '70s, so, like, she would have been earning significantly less. The cost of childcare would have been more than my mother would have earned, 'cause she didn't have, a university degree at the time, she only had high school. And actually, no, my mother didn't get her high school diploma until my brother was, like, really little because she dropped out of high school, to get married, and she got her high school diploma, I think, when my brother and I were really little. Because I remember she was finishing she actually took the courses in school. Like, she didn't get a GED, she actually did the classes. I remember that because, like, my mother looked really, really young, and she was, like, only in, like, I think she was, like, in her, like, mid to late 20s. Because I remember my brother was, like, a baby, and we went to my grandma's house when mommy went to school, and she was taking, like, photography classes, and she took pictures of me and my brother, and they're still up on her wall. Like, she took, like, black and white photographs. Yeah, like, she actually went to class because she only needed, like, 3 or 4 classes to graduate, and she just took them like a regular class. Some companies here give paternity leave to men for bonding as well. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, I think it's really good. I remember my dad saying when my brother's little ones were born that he wishes they had that when we were born, but, I mean, it was a million years ago, you know? But it's really good. I think if you have an opportunity to get paternity leave when you have a family, I recommend it highly because it was so cute. Um, but my brother was, like, super daddy. He still is. He's such a good dad. But we had, my mom stayed home with us until, my brother was in grade 1, and my brother and I went to the same school, and this was 1,000 years ago where, like, a big sister could walk home with you if you, like, lived super close, and we did, to the school at the time. And by the time we got home, my dad was there, so there was someone there. Um, and then next year, I started going to, like, this stupid school for gifted kids. It was horrible. And then my grandma picked up my brother. But yeah, we live super like, and I had to take, like, the school bus. It's horrible. Hated it. 3 years of hell. But, and then the middle school was, like, within walking distance. But I loved, like, going to school with my little brother. It was so much fun. I loved it. He would hold my hand. He was so cute. Um, yeah, I loved going to school with my brother. I loved being a big sister. It was so much fun, and he was so cute. Yeah, my brother became a latchkey kid. Um, like, we had, like, keys to get in. Um, yeah, as my dad's schedule changed, like, my dad was sleeping when my brother and I got home from school, so he was home, but we had to use a key to get in because my dad was sleeping before he went to work. Because my dad worked nights, and we came home and it was very super quiet, and, um, he got home, I think, because I was on the bus, I think he got home, like, 20 minutes before me, and when I got home, my brother was, like, watching cartoons and shit. But my grandma brought him home and made sure he was okay. And um, my dad didn't get up until like 5-ish, but like my daddy was home. But we had to be so quiet. But yeah, I think all kids from Gen X were like latchkey, but there actually was someone home. And then my mom got home when my dad was leaving. Yeah, there was always someone like we weren't real latchkey kids because I think latchkey kids always had like the emergency backup grandma or the emergency backup like neighbor, you know? But like we always had like the numbers on the fridge, but we had like helicopter grandparents, you know? Like we always had like two grandparents, sets of grandparents who would like show up if there was a problem. We had like aunts and uncles and grandparents who we could call. So we were lucky, but our grandparents would have like showed up in a second. They would have been there in like 30 minutes tops. Like that would have been like the farthest grandparents. So yeah, our neighbors were really super nice. So, and they were all like seniors, so they were all home all the time. So we were okay. It was okay. We had like literally like cross the street on both sides and then across the street to the right. Like we were surrounded literally like 9 neighbors, all angles who could rescue us. So yeah, it was a nice neighborhood. Night night, Tony. We all had like the nice neighbors. We had this really nice neighbor across the street, Stan, and he had a CB radio, and my brother was fascinated. And his wife had MS, and we both go over, and they had 2 Siamese cats, and I'd hang out with his wife and the cats, and my brother would hang out with Stan in the basement in the CB radio. I didn't really get into it till I was older, but my brother was completely fascinated. Oh my god, thank you, Tony. Oh, last thing I need is coffee right now. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you for the 4 pounds. I appreciate you, gorgeous. That's cute. I've never seen that sticker before. Thanks, Tony. Ta-da. Wow, that's adorable. Thank you. Yeah, actually, I remember my dad, like, on certain days, like, if he would, like, arrange with, like, other officers he'd work in with to, like, pick us up, and then we'd play with their kids. Like, we all were friends with, like, everyone else's kids, so, like, we all, like, would go over to, like, this uncle's house, who wasn't really an uncle, but was, like, a friend of the family, and I think my brother and I still call them, like, uncle this and auntie that, because you still, like, know them. It's like a forever thing. They're always family, and, like, you had picnics in the summer and, like, holiday parties and stuff. Yeah. It's nice. You never forget, you know? Memories. Let's see what time it is. It is 1:23 AM Eastern Standard Time in Toronto. Oh, wow. You never know what you do until you do it. Yeah, I hope everyone's had a really good holiday. It seems like everyone's had a really good time, which is nice. And, I have to admit, I still have been going out to, my parents' old neighborhood because there's still families who put up some really nice Christmas lights, and they leave them up till, like, New Year's, and, it's a lot of fun to go look at them. I still like to go look at the Christmas lights 'cause, some people really, really put out a good display, and they're beautiful, and every year they change the color of their house. which is beautiful, and they do all their lawn and all their shrubbery, and absolutely gorgeous. It's so much fun. Um, and up north near the office, uh, they have this one lane, and they put out, like, the housing association puts out this gigantic, like, moving Christmas light animated display. And it's literally a whole road, like, it's two roads full of, like, animated moving Christmas light display. It's beautiful. It's sort of like the up north version of the bridle path. They put out a beautiful display. It's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. So it looks like, you know, the northern communities, the Barrie, the Milton, the Pickering communities are trying to put Toronto to shame, and they're doing a good job. Good job. It's beautiful. And I have to admit, um, Edwin and I were talking about leaving Toronto and buying a place, possibly like Pickering or Niagara, because, well, the noise. We want quiet, and there's some really nice, like, homes up there, and we like the people, we like the smaller community, and it's nice, and it reminds me of my parents' neighborhood, and where everyone knows each other and everyone's nice and everyone it's just quiet. And they roll up the sidewalks at 8 o'clock, and we're not next door to a fire station. So it's tempting. So we've been discussing that. So it looks like possibly this summer we might start seriously looking, because before COVID, we'd actually put a down payment on a place out in, like, just outside of Barrie, and because of COVID, we lost our down payment, and of course the company went under, and that was that. But it's 5 years and change later, so we're willing to give it another look. And the money we had for the house is still there, so we're we just kept that money to one side, so we're contemplating looking again. Rochelle, if you want beauty and quiet, I would suggest north of Toronto, perhaps Barrie. That's exactly where we were looking, Barrie. That's exactly where we put the down payment on the house. I'm just grateful. I mean, we literally lost 50K for the down payment. But ironically, we made that down payment in just the end of November 2019. And I knew something was wrong when they called me about the second payment that was supposed to go through my lawyer electronically in April, and I knew something was wrong, and I was talking to my lawyer about it. And they called me up and they said, "Oh, if you're going to make your second payment, I need you to write a check to this one address out in Aurora and make it out to so and so." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Why are you calling me?" Because it was like literally January, and we didn't need a mortgage, right? So they were supposed to be dealing completely and totally with my lawyer, not with me. And it was the end of January, and the next payment wasn't due until like February, March, end of April. So it was like 3 months later, and I had already had a conversation with my lawyer regarding how everything had stopped working, nothing was doing. and he had done some investigation regarding the company, and they were having issues, and he's like, "You need to make a decision. Lose your down payment and not be fucked because they're going under, and you and several other people are gonna be without a house and without hundreds of thousands of dollars and be obligated, even though you have nothing." And we had already made the decision to walk away. But when they had called me at home and not dealt with my lawyer, and we'd already decided that the lawyer was gonna call them and say, keep the down payment, we sever the contract." Um, they had phoned me at home and started telling me it's like, "Leave the down payment under a rock in Aurora, make it out to cash, and forget all about the house. We're keeping it hostage." And I was like, "This is not good." And I was, like, annoyed, and I'm like, "You know what? I'm not keep my down payment. I don't want the house. What you're doing is not okay." They're like, "Well, you're gonna lose your down payment money." I go, "That's why it's called a down payment. That's why it's called a deposit. If I renege the contract, you keep the deposit, and then I'm not obligated." They're like, "But you'll lose it." I'm like, "I know. I mean, like, why are you calling me? Like, you already look fishy already." And I was like, I'd already discussed it with my lawyer, and I was like, "This is not looking good," because I knew something was wrong when they're not contacting my lawyer, and it's 3 months before the next payment's due, and you're asking me to write a check when I don't write checks to you. It's electronic, and you're not even supposed to be contacting me. What? We are live, deadly chat. Honey, you know I don't like that behavior. Well, if he streams me, I'll just claim him again. Thank you, Tony. Love you so much. That's right. That's what I said. When you purchase a house, everything goes through my lawyer. The down payment went through the lawyer. Why are you calling me? And why are you asking me to? She's like, "Go to the bank and get a registered check." I'm like, "Kiss my ass and go fuck yourself." I didn't say that though, but I'm thinking you look suspicious. I'm like, they're like, Our office at this location is no longer." I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "We're using space at this office." And I'm like, "Is this your office?" They're like, "No, we're just borrowing space." I couldn't help myself. I'm like, "Are you sleeping on their couch too?" And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Why aren't you contacting my lawyer?" She's like, "Oh, well, we just thought we should phone you." I'm like, "What, 3 months and 12 days early?" Night, Tony. Love you, gorgeous. Yeah. How to tell me that you're trying to take the money and run without telling me you want to take the money and run. Yeah, I'm going to write you a $250,000 check to a person's name who I have no idea who they are, and bring it to an office in Aurora that is not your office. Hand it to a stranger. I have no idea who they are. It's like, "Hi, I don't know you, but what's your name so I can write you a $250,000 check?" Right? Yeah, okay. It Tell me that wasn't suspicious, Rod. I'm like, "You know what? You can keep my deposit. I don't think I'm gonna deal with you anymore." She was so surprised. She's like, What?" I'm like, "Keep my deposit. Contact my lawyer." And then I'm like, "You know what? I'll give your number to my lawyer." Yeah. Like, why are you treating me like I'm a dumbass? Jesus. And when they're contacting you at the end of January, I just asked her, I'm like, so are you working on my house? They're like, oh, well, business is stopped right now. I'm like, when do you plan? Because my house is supposed to be finished in October. She's like, well, we don't know when we're going to start again. I'm like, oh, really? Hmm. And you want me to write a $250,000 check to who? And who are they in the company? She's like, well, that's the person you're supposed to write the check to. I go, I don't write checks. You're supposed to deal with them electronically. Actually, you're not even supposed to be calling me. They're like, I'm like, they must deal with a lot of stupid people because that must, you know what, I realize now that they obviously got some people to go in and bring second payments or third payments to this random ass fucking office in Aurora. Like, it must have worked because this woman was not prepared for me. Like, let me think. Do I want to lose 50 grand or 700? TikTok, let me think. Yeah, but I mean, it was a bummer, but I guess what the issue is, I guess most people have like why you like I guess people don't use lawyers. They think they're saving money, but they're losing money. It's Tony, stop it. Tony, stop. Tony, stop it. Stop it. I love you. Stop. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you. Go to bed. Go to bed. I love you. Stop. Mm, ta-da. Go Schluffy. I love you. Go to bed. Oh my God. Anyway, that's how you don't allow yourself to be. I guess, I don't know. I guess a lot of people got taken during COVID, and I feel bad about it. But yeah, we do like Mary. It is pretty. People were there, like, really nice. Really, really nice. Really nice. Anyway, hit the fucking like button and tell the algorithm goddess I'm still worthy of your love. Bless you, darling. Night night. And if anyone is sniping me or has my voice on their live, I will copyright strike you. So I highly recommend you don't have that up because I will do that shit. Please do not use my video or the image from any of my lives, my audio. There is no remixing allowed, no clipping. It is not a feature that's available on my channel. And I highly recommend you do not do it. To anyone who is currently sniping or does use my audio, especially without my permission, I have granted it occasionally, but if you do that shit, I will copyright you. So please don't do it. And this is your warning. Love you so much. Yeah. So don't do it. And I don't know why anyone over there at Dudley's would do it because I'm not talking about you. And I'm not dragging you and I'm not talking shit about you. So you have no reason to do it. But thank you so much. Yeah. Anyway, and it's not polite to advertise another person's life on another person's channel. It's not nice manners. And, well, it's not seen as a very nice or polite or acceptable thing to do. So, not polite. Just saying. Anyway, I think I've said enough. So, to all those who've joined me this evening, thank you so much. I wish you a lovely remainder of your weekend. It's now Sunday. And yeah, so yeah, I guess that's about it. So please treat others the way you want to be treated. Take care of yourself and those around you. And it's not very nice to act like you're better than anyone else because we're not. Not me, not you, not anyone. We're all equal in the eyes of Daddy YouTube. At least that's how I see it. Anyway, so let's just camera. Just say goodbye. Yes, you will. You will. So, gotta go. And to everyone out there, I'll catch you on the flip side. And remember, I love you so much. Take care now. Be good. And good night.